Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in past 2 weeks or so, many of our friends messaging me, asking me what type of fitness tracker to buy for their meditations, for them to be able to check on themselves. And most of these friends are actually suffering and struggling. They practice meditation, they practice Qigong, try to improve themselves. But what they practice really doesn't help them. This is a big problem in today's world on meditations, on Qigong, or internal art. Majority of this thing which is you see out there never work. So why is it never work? Because the guy who teach it don't even know what the heck they are teaching. As an analogy, it's like I live in San Jose. If I want to go to San Francisco, I have to go take a train or take a bus to San Francisco. I have to act to go take a bus, take a train, and then get there, then get in San Francisco. Now, if I just sitting around at home, keeping thinking about San Francisco, do you think I'll get there? Or if I just go walk in front of my home, going circle and circle, and thinking that I will reach San Francisco, do you think I will get there? Of course, you never get to San Francisco. But in today's world, the so-called internal art, the Qigong, the meditation, people are just doing exactly that. Sitting around their home, keeping thinking something, or walking in front of their house, keeping thinking about something. They think that they can get there. Not to mention, many even believe in it. And then start to say, oh, San Francisco is this way, San Francisco is that way. In my dream, I see San Francisco. Come on, how difficult it is just to take a bus or a train to go to San Francisco, look at it and say, what the heck it is, instead of you spend days, months, years at your home thinking, and then some days wake up saying, hey, I dreamt about I went to San Francisco. This is San Francisco. That's called wasting of life, and this called misleading. And people believe in those kind of stuff. So today I like to give you the bottom line. Okay? The bottom line, doesn't matter that it is a Buddhist, Taoist, internal art, whatever you want to call it. It has to follow this. If never follow this, it will never work. Okay? So if you take it as you are the consumer, those guys who sell you internal or Qigong or meditation, whatever, as the seller, this is a consumer education. So you know what you get into. Okay. Now, let me start with this bottom line. So at the end of this video, you will know exactly what is going on. And so you can actually look at things and know if they have it or they don't have it. If this guy have went to San Francisco and come back, or is this guy just bullshitting there on San Francisco that he believe he interpret or whatever. See, we do not have too much life to waste, especially those who is sick and who like to improve themselves. They are struggling. They need to know what is going on. But today, everything turned into a commercial bullshit. Okay? So even is like in religion, in Buddhism, in Taoism, whatever, most of the thing I see is just nonsense. That is actually violating whatever the Buddhas teach, because they did not tell the truth. So let's go with this, okay? Now this is from my book, the Meditation Matrix. Meditation Matrix is actually written because I want to get all this basic so that everybody know what the heck is going on. This is where it's very important, okay? Be it Qigong, meditation, internal art. You can make an analogy like there's a pond of water, okay? You need to let the water to come down, to settle and come down. And when the water come down, it will become like a mirror. The mirror will see whatever on the sky, okay? So it is as this. As the water in the water pond become calmer, the surface of water pond can reflect the sky above, is clearer awareness. Thus, a high level of water calmness is a must to support a high refractive water pond surface. So the entire practice is that first you need to get to the calm state, the states. And only after you have the calm state as the base, you'll be able to see the sky or do something else, okay? So the surface of water pond can reflect the sky above is clearer, okay? Because the water is coming down. Now, the problem is nobody tell most of us how the world is so that the water pond can come down. Will we be able to do it? So it's like you want to go to San Francisco, you need to take a car train or take a bus or drive a car. Somebody need to tell us about how to take a car train, how to take a bus, or how to drive a car. Without that, it is drop dead. Okay, now, so how to come down, how to let the water settle, and how to let the water calm, so calm, the surface so calm that you be able to refract to see the sky. That is the problem. Let the water come down in Buddhist is called Samata. Be able to see the sky at that time, it becomes vipassana, which is the insight. So the entire thing is like this. You have to have a calmness. This is the dependent variable. And then this is the outcome where you aware, the awareness, the level of awareness. So the level of calmness will get to will support the level of awareness. So, you know, the calmness here, first is for the resting, you need this type of calmness. Basic body mind handling, this type of this much of calmness. Effective body mind handling, like in the Qigong, you need this type of calmness. If you never get into this calmness, forget about it. You'll never have the awareness, you will never be able to handle this stuff. Okay? No. So it's like this. The calmness, if you really relax your body, you'll get to this awareness and you get a clear mind. If you go deeper than that, you go to the calm situations to be able to get the mindfulness. It is in proportion of that. Now, so how is this to progress, to proceed on this calmness? That has to be known. Okay. Now, if one want to have, say, talk about liberations, like the Buddhists mentioned that human is impermanent. They need to get the calmness out to the mindful state of awareness. Okay, get the calmness level to this calmness, that level, that state, and then they have the awareness and they use that to actually contemplate. That's where they get the insight and they can see. And this see, meaning they're really seeing, is like seeing a pen like this. That's how tangible it is. They can see that thing is impermanent. Okay. So you base everything you base on calmness. If you don't have the calmness, it's just hopeless. Okay. Now, if we want to change our body, our emotion, our body, if we want to change it, help it, okay, improve it. The first thing is that you need to deal with this body, this physical body. You need to let this physical body calm down. And then your nervous system will settle. And then your breathing will settle. And then when your mind and the breathing become one, that is when you get into the energy level. And I am saying that this energy is real energy. It's like our human energy. It is not just like today's people talk about, oh, this is prana, this is chi, oh, this is San Francisco, but they just talk. I mean the real energy that you have to deal with, okay? So you have to go through your body, your nervous systems, and your breathing, and then your energy. That's how you want to deal with it. If you don't go through that, you cannot do it. So that's why first you have to handle your physical. And when you handle your physical, actually your mind calm down. And then the breathing start to breathe naturally. The breathing rate will drop. People become more calmer. And then at a certain level, then there is only how you can charge your body's energy or nurture or nourish your energy. It's like sleeping. You need to lay down there, drop everything, drop your mind, and then your breathing will get into those sleeping rhythm. And if it is a good sleep, then you will charge your body, refresh your body. That's how it is. So that's why in my book, this Wing Chun, this meditation matrix, I have this model for you. You have to go through this. Okay, so you have to go through this sequence. Make sure you be able to handle each of one of them. But all of them are just one. We just separate it out so that we know how to handle them. Okay? And then in the mind layer, their thinking, their imagination, their attention, their awareness. Thinking, imagination, attention is not what we can use for a beginner. We have to use awareness when we want to dealing with the calm down the mind. You have thinking there, you are going to run away. You have imagination there, you're going to run away. You pay attention to this and that, you can run into tunnel visions and all sort of stuff. So you just want to use awareness. Okay, that's how to get there. Now, if you really have the training, of course, you need the method of how to handle physical, mind, breathing, and energy. And yeah, it's in the book. So if you get into the brainwave, you can see that this method 1, right away, you get into that state. You see that the brainwave, it dropped down to the deep area. And however, if you do not have a proper techniques, that thing is gonna bounce back and forth, right? So this one, you see, it drop down, it go, and then it's just going here and a little bit there. Versus this one, you go, you drop it down, manipulate it, but using your mind to try to control it, but it never get deep. It always like this, okay? So we can check it with the mind, okay? So this is the calm state, state 1, calm state. This is the neutral, this is active. So this one, get down to the calm state right away, where this type of meditations or this type of practice is going to run in the neutral state, but a little calm state. That's why this type of meditation, this type of internal, it never works because you never know what happened here. Stay long enough in the calmness place. So many people just having in this state, and then they start to talk about whatever their idea. They no idea of how you can settle here. So it's like the water pond. The water of the pond is not even settled or come down, but it is waving, and then you keeping saying that, oh, you know, per my understanding, the sky is look like this, look at like that. Well, they don't even know that their water is waving. How can you see something clearly when you're waving? You need to get down to the calm. So the differences between a method 1 and method 2, which method is working or not, we can track it today with science. This is from brainwave. But there's a problem in tracking with a brainwave because tracking brainwave, you need a lot of expensive instrument, and it's difficult to calibrate and so forth. Okay. So it is possible, but it is not for everybody. Now, that's why when you use heart rate, it is much more clear. If you can get into the calm state, you can see the heart rate drop. You can see the breathing. It's from 12 breath per minute, 12 breath per minute. When this adjustment, you get to about 13. Then you let go, boom. You go down to the 6, to the 5. And you stay there. You don't even have to do anything. And you can see that the heart rate is going down to the resting heart rate over there. And of course, when you get back to this world from the practice, you can see your heart rate variability increase. That is the test of whether your practice is working or not. And I'm not talking even far away. Over here, I'm only talking about what? I'm only talking about handling the physical. So that indirectly you're handling your mind and indirectly you're handling your breathing. This is not something deep, but you just really be able to handle the physical, and you can influence the mind, influence the breathing, influence your energy. So you can handle it. You influence your heart rate, you influence your mind, you influence your breathing. This via your physical, not even something far, far away. And you influence your nervous system. So it's in this model, okay, you physical, you calm down, and you start to influence your mind, which is your nervous system. And then you get to the breathing level, and you get deeper and you influence it more until you get to a certain level, you get to the energy. Okay? That's how it works. You don't want to be, you don't have idea in all this thing. You have no idea on this calmness and the awareness, the needs. You are staying here, try to rest a little bit, calm a little bit, and you start to speculate on something here. And end up that you are no longer resting because your mind is keeping running, and you're going to go back to the to outside this calmness already, because your mind is keeping going. Oh, I see light, I see the Buddha, I see this Taoist, all kind of bullshit. Or oh yeah, I have this heat running around me. If you couldn't even get here, or get here, what good is to talk anything about changing ourselves? This one, if you can get to this far, guess what? The limitation is you only be able to handle, to put your body into the rest so that it can rest. The body can rest. The mind can rest. Okay, the breathing can rest. And it can be charging your body, but it's not even really deep stuff. It's not advanced stuff. You need to do this a lot, like many months, every day for 2 hours or so. That then will get you into the state of calmness. When you get to the calmness, then you have that mindfulness, because now your mind is quiet down, like your water is quiet down to a good level. That is the time when naturally we will drop a lot of our emotions or our bias. So in the Buddha's teaching, when you reach that level of pre-samadhi, it's not even samadhi yet, pre-stillness. Naturally, many things you like every day, you naturally drop it. Like probably a person who get mad easy on certain things. And when you reach that state, that emotion or that trigger become, it no longer is that easy trigger. Like people push your hot button, it's no longer that you'll be able to get pushed and blow up that fast or that quick compared with before. So automatically, when your water is calm, analogy, the pond water is calm down, all those whatever habitual thing you have before, slowly, it eliminates itself slowly, directly proportion to how deep how deep your calmness is, how settled you are. So if you get that state, like for example, if a person who loves to hold grudges, when you get to that state of the training, automatically, naturally, you really dropping the holding the grudges to a big level. Like before your practice, you probably, people say something, you will really right away holding the grudges. But after you practice this, when people say something, you know what they are saying, but you don't hold grudges. No, at a certain level. Of course, the bigger level where people attack you or whatever, there's different situations. So there's different stages, okay? So that come automatic. There's not a philosophy nonsense or enlightenment nonsense. Drop those things, okay? Just work that you get your body calm down so that you can get into that state, the beginning, very beginning. If you cannot get in the very beginning, it is hopeless. So, because of, I want to get everybody into this state. This state, be able to do it. And actually, in fact, I'm be able to program into the to the artificial intelligence. Now, let the artificial intelligence be able to recognize, to coach you. That's why I wrote the Wing Chun Inception, and I present the natural chi practice, the N1 techniques. And so with that, we are really clear on what is going on. What is our capability? The first step always is to be able to rest our body, our mind, let the breathing go naturally. And you just let go and you enter into the natural world where you don't manipulate things. That's the first thing. So at that time, it of course influences your nerve system. That's why when you come out from that type of practice, your heart rate variability, which is a signature of your of your neural system, be able to tell you. That's why your heart rate. That's why I show you your mind, your brain wave can drop, your breathing rate you can drop. But that's just a beginning. That's only for resting. You need to do this, and there's even more techniques to get to advance deeper in order to get to the stage, as what I share with you, that if people do it after a while, getting to the in-depth state, then they will drop a lot of things. Like they no longer as fast blow up as before. Okay, because they are more clear, more calm. Their mind is in a different dimension. It is no longer, their mind is no longer here. Say we are living in here the best we can, even when you relax. And if somebody says something, right away we fly out. Now, you are no longer live here when you get into here. So if somebody says something, you are here, it doesn't bother you much. Of course, something really drastic might blow you away from this. But whatever before when you are here can blow you away is no longer there. That is how you can change your body. That's how healing comes. Because you already change your what do you call it, your nervous system, and then you're changing your breathing, and then you're changing your energy system. So when people doing that after say a year or 3 months, usually say 3 months of serious practice to a year of serious practice, like the real Buddhist monk in Vipassana, in Samata practice, their how to say that, their physiology and the way how they handle their daily life change. Okay, and of course the body will change. So if this is a Qigong, that means or internal art, the techniques will be direct toward changing the body. Maybe not as much as the emotion part, but the body part. But of course, the emotion has to quiet down too. If it's not calm down, you cannot handle the energy for the transformations. So this is what it is. Okay. So all of these things are tools. These things are tools to check on us that do we really practice it properly? Do we do it every day? That's just a very kindergarten step. If we don't have the kindergarten step, you look around, you're just keeping promise different stuff. Oh, you will change, you will heal. How are you going to heal? How are you going to change? All right. So I today show you the direction, how it is go. And that is how when you go deeper and deeper in your calmness, more and more advanced calmness, then things change. You don't even have to think and speculate or interpret or whatever. It's like you hop into the car train. The car train carry you to the San Francisco. When you reach San Francisco, you see right away what it is. You don't even have to think. Just use your awareness. The issue is that now you have to aware that you already hop into the car train, and the car train is moving towards San Francisco. Not staying at home and keeping imagining and keeping talking this teacher running around everything. So seriously, after 40 years now on looking into the Buddhist practice and Taoist practice, internal art, whatever practice, I'm really dissatisfied with most of the thing in the world. Dissatisfied, unsatisfied. Because it really doesn't help people. Because the guy who is teaching that is, everybody have their opinion, but they never go to San Francisco. They not even going to San Francisco. They don't even know where is the car train station is. That's how bad it is. Okay. I can still accept people know the car train stations, and you say that, oh, if you get to the car train station, if you really get into the car train, you will be able to go to San Francisco. But most of the people never even know there's a car train exists. And right away they say, oh, San Francisco is this, the Buddha will come down, this. So that's why you look around the world, you know, look around the Qigong, the internal and everything is, at the time people is suffering, will you be able to help them? Isn't that a responsibility? You look at today's like in martial art, like in Wing Chun, in Tai Chi, and all this kind of thing called internal. What internal? That's why I always saying that. You really serious about the internal? Let me show me that your heart rate drop, your breathing rate drop, and your heart rate variability rising. Repeatable. And to close this today, let me share with you. About 5 years ago, I was having lunch with one of the richest guy. He is one of the top 5 richest men in Indonesia. So I told him, I said, right now, all this meditation and everything can be tracked. So he asked me a questions. So Hendrik, why don't you challenge them? You know, challenge them. All those religion people, holy people. I just tell him point blank. I said, I'm giving face. I am giving face. What do you think if I go to a religious, like a Buddhist monk meeting and say that, okay, this is the heart rate, this is the breathing rate, this heart rate variability. Now put on this. This is free for everybody. And let's see what you can do. How many of them do you think can do that? So this is serious stuff. The reason why I have this conversation with these friends is because people like to fit fantasy into other people. Like promise you, oh, you can have this chi, this spiritual, and then you can do this and that and that. The reality is not. If you cannot handle this body, you cannot even rest your body. It is really tough. Even people who reach the above a samadhi, say the top Buddhist monk, they still feel pain, even though they can ignore that thing. Okay. So it is not what people think, like oh yeah, you know, everything is a rosy rose garden, and all everything is happy and what do you call it, happy and prosper here on. No, we need to go step by step like an ant. And if we go step by step, like you follow the Buddha's sutta, you will get there. But if you don't go step by step and you're standing here and then without even know that the water need to come down, you have no idea how to do it, and just say, oh yeah, I'm sitting in the lotus posture. And then you just count your breathing, and then you're mindful. You will never get there. You will never get there. Why? You never enter the state. So all this thing, why it is good is because it tells you whether you, to the minimum, enter to the state where you lose up your body, your physical body, which is the most kindergarten level of states. If we cannot get there, there's hopeless on top. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you. So with all our friends, the N1 process, which I share with you, the N1 process. Make sure you get that. Okay, make sure you get that so that you can help yourself, and make sure that you check with the fitness tracker that you really go there. It is nothing big deal or fantasy or whatever. Really like I'm the grandmaster. No, it's just a very basic kindergarten level. That is the first step. Go into the door. If we cannot do that, and once you get into the N1, you know right away, what you do is not get into the N1 state, you know it's not going to go more advanced. You know that. So this is what I like to share with you. The reason why I am knowing this and pushing this is because I myself was born not healthy. Okay, so like many know that I have a born diabetic type 1, and then I have to worry about my heart, my kidney, all this kind of thing, and who the hell know anyway, you know. You was born without a user manual, right? Then you got your body is this way and all those kind of things, all problem. And because I go through that and I'm in that, that's why I understand those who is sick, who is suffer. That's why I do what I'm doing here. And that's why my rule always is, it doesn't matter you are a billionaire or you are there's a homeless street friend. As soon as one is sick and willing to learn and want to change, if they come asking me our help without questions, just help, plain human and human helping. That's my rules. As for normal people, let me tell you, most people is they never put their mind and their work together. They never really learn until you hold a gun at them or you charge them $1 million or whatever. They never take it serious. Those who is sick, who really need help, they will do it and they will get out. So it is like that. You know, we need to communicate as a human, not about commercialize everything and selling everything. I have a lot of problems still up to today, a lot of problems. Every few months I have to do blood tests and all this thing, and I get old and all kind of problems, and I need to solve, and heaven knows how long I can solve this, or until someday I cannot solve it because my body, my mind, everything have a limitations, and my samadhi or my calmness is not go far enough, and it will break down and I will die. Okay, but until that day, I'm sharing this. Hopefully, those who need help know what is the directions. I cannot save people because only everybody can save themselves. I cannot help people, only everybody can help themselves. I can only show that, oh, that is the direction. You want to go San Francisco, you make sure get into the car train, make sure the car train is moving, and then make sure that you stay on the train and you will get to San Francisco. So this is whining on this thing to you all, to you guys, but it is worth it, even if just one single person get help. We are just human. We just temporarily live in this world.